So, against my best judgment, I played Persona 3 Portable. Am I going to be lazy or am I going to set up the green screen? Fuck it, let's do it. And honestly, disappointment doesn't even come close to describing how I feel about this travesty. Why? Well, because my hopes were set so high. Bro? Bro, are you seeing the fucking pixels of this shit? Ignore the fact that the music is kicking up right now. Do you know what I mean? Hold on, okay, let me click off it. Are you seeing the fucking pixels of this background, bro? What is this? Persona is a series that I have based my entire online profile around. I guess you could say my entire online persona around, you know what I mean? I mean, it's literally right there in my Discord bio. No, not that. There we go. That's the one. And I mean, not only that, but Beneath the Mask, which is a part of Persona 5's OST, has basically become like a staple of my videos now. In fact, you're probably hearing it right now as I'm speaking. I love this franchise, and to see what it has become is genuinely stomach-churning. Look at that! Look at that! That's disgusting! Bro, oh my god, what is the quality of this product? What? Why are they just shitting out games now? What the fuck? And that's only because I have such vivid memories of playing on a boomer machine on a CRT television, which I have to explain for the little Fortnite TikTok kids out there. Basically, like, think of your TV, how it's like completely flat, put the Fortnite cube from that one event like a million years ago on the back of it, and that's what it is. That's a CRT television. There you go. Side note, whilst writing this script, I was struggling to think of a relevant reference for that, and I was stuck wanting to use the Solid Snake box for the longest time until I realized kids today won't even get that. I'm old. Nevertheless, back when dinosaurs were roaming the earth, we had these things called wired controllers, and I remember sitting like 2 millimeters away from a screen playing Persona 3 Fez with a friend, and back then we just couldn't believe the amount of things they packed into this game. I mean, seriously, it had a tiered skill tree system, kind of. It had a world with, at the time, countless locations. It had procedurally generated dungeons that were basically prefabs that all randomly connected to each other like a puzzle of a maze, and it had a whole cast of 20 different characters that you could interact with at any given time that would give you rewards based on how often you hung out with them, and if those characters were of the opposite sex, they'd get jealous if you spent too much time with another person of the opposite sex, and it would negatively affect you and all the hard work you put into them. Like, whoa, bro, what is this game? And to top it all off, the coup de grace, it had a turn-based combat system that was incredibly simple to understand and was fucking stellar. And if you know me, you know that I'm a sucker for turn-based combat systems. But I'm actually going to put a pin in this topic and revisit it a little later. So how? How do we go from a game where it was filled with such passion and creativity, and you can tell that the developers genuinely put their time worth in gold into something like this?
Who's there?
Once again, bro, I'm looking at the background and it's not great. It's not great.
How can you be... But it's... Don't tell me.
The girl is holding at something that looks like a gun.
Wait. The lights. I didn't think you'd arrive so late.
That was so lame. That was so fucking lame. I remember in Fez, there was like this whole cutscene about it and everything, and like obviously, you know, the pixels on that aren't gonna be any better, but do you know what? The pixels in it won't be any better, but at least it was released in the PS2 era. Bro, that was released in like 2007? Hold up. Let me fucking Google this shit. Persona 3 yeah, 19th of April 2000. Get over here. 19th of April 2007 is when this, like, it was originally released. Bro, fuck out of here. The original Persona 3 was something I was able to sink hours into. I could barely play this for half an hour. I don't know what you're gonna say. Yoski, the new one is a port of the Persona 3 portable game that came out on the PSP, so it's different. I know. But that doesn't excuse it. because I was running the game on the highest settings, which, by the way, you don't need some, like, NASA security fucking science machine to do so. You could literally run it on the fucking, you know what I mean, on highest settings on, like, a potato, bro. It's fucking awful. But because of that, I noticed that they took time to update everything in the foreground, so, you know, the sprites, the text boxes, the UI, which admittedly all looks sparkling fresh and admittedly very clean. But unfortunately, that just highlights how poor of a job they did with the backgrounds. I mean, they were supposedly upscaled, but honestly, that could not be further from the truth. I highly doubt they even touched the background. Yeah, I just don't care, lass. I genuinely just don't care.
As you begin the new school year, I'd like each of you to, when apply... Psst, hey.
Look at this man. Why does he look like he's had the fucking, the Final Fantasy blur effect? You know when you go into a battle in Final Fantasy? Why does he look like he's had that effect applied to him? Bro, what? Thoughts on the game so far? Right now it's just looking like I paid for an AI upscale of the foreground, and they completely disregarded the background images whatsoever. It seems really, really low quality and really shit. Is my thoughts on the game so far, and I'm 17 minutes in.
Welcome back.
What am I looking, bro? This is genuine. When was this fucking? When did this come out? Store page. This is a 2023 game, by the way. A 2023 game, and the backgrounds look awful. The backgrounds look like this. Genuinely played for a look at Mitsuru, bro. Look how much she stands out from the background. And like, I understand, you know what I mean? Like in like games like Final Fantasy VII and stuff like that. Like characters did this, do you know what I mean? They stood out in the foreground. But that was, when was Final Fantasy VII released? Actually, let me check that. Final Fantasy VII was released in 1997. Sorry. So it's understandable that it be, you know, like that quality. This is a 2023 game. There is no reason for it to be this awful. There is no reason for her to stand out in such a way. And genuinely, it's like I paid for an AI upscale. Oh my... What is this lighting? What is this lighting, bro? Like, yeah, this is cool. Like, what's going on? What is that lighting? 2023 game, by the way. 2023 game. And I am playing this... I'm playing this on the 21st of May. And it came out in, like, January or some bullshit. So, you know, it's had time to fucking sit in the oven and bake, and, like, they've had time to release updates and fix this shit.
Let's go, Mitsuru.
And they just haven't. Are we just not going to mention the fact that the sword is clipping through that? You know what?
Oh, yeah.
No, the state of the game leads me to believe that they wanted to make a remaster for Persona 3, but were too lazy to work on Fez because that means they'd have to put in actual effort reanimating the cutscenes. So instead they cut corners, decided to work on the portable version, which is awful for KBM players. I mean, straight up just dreadful. The controls are garbage. Every single second that I play is making me want to go revisit Fez again, and just play that instead. Because this is genuinely disgusting. The controls of when you do that little search thing outside of the you know what I mean? Like when you have to hold and like drags the cursor and everything, it's awful. And I don't know who fucking, you know, greenlit that, but they should be fucking fired. You see, even shit like that, like I was clicking on the bed, you know what I mean? And it thought I was trying to drag the cursor away from the bed. It's so, I don't know who the fuck signed off on that, but they need to be fired. And instead of delivering a new product, they just re-released a heartless cash grab that, for the first time ever, I can say something from the Persona series has disappointed me. And you may think that I just don't like Portable and that I'm not giving it a fair chance, and I can genuinely understand if you think that way because I've made no mention of playing Portable, but in truth, I have. And I was able to make it through because it was up to date with the technology of the time. This is just under-delivering. I mean, this was my genuine first reaction to seeing the 3D models for the first time.
Here goes.
No. That is not what the models look like. That is not... Oh, the actual GTA San Andreas PS2 quality hands, bro. What is this? What is this? Nah. Are you joking me? I paid for this. This 2023 game, and this is what hands are looking like. Sega, Atlas, what the fuck is going on? Like, they could have updated that. They could have changed it. They could have gave it new textures and entirely different models built from the ground up so the fingers aren't glued together like a fucking scoop. And if that is what they did, everyone behind that needs to be fired because it is just not good enough. I unfortunately don't have a good segue into this, but do you remember that combat pin? If combat in Persona 3 Fez was stellar, then combat in Persona 3 Portable was immaculate. In Fez, you're unable to directly control your party members, which leaves some people casting weird spells at inopportune times because they are all controlled by AI. I'm looking at you, Mitsuru, casting Marin Karin despite the enemy being one hit away from death. But in Portable, they gave you full control of the entire party, meaning you can mess up shadows in the dungeons with more efficiency, and it's genuinely the only thing I think Portable does better over Fez. The only problem is, I couldn't even make it to the combat system. I had to tap out before then because the things I was seeing were a horrible sign of foreboding things to come that I just wanted no part of. No, I can't play this game. I'm sorry. Goodbye. Yeah, end game. I don't care. But I suppose there is one silver lining in all this. After 30 minutes of gameplay, I was able to get a refund and just play Fez on a PS2 emulator and genuinely have fun for the rest of the night. I am getting a fucking refund, and you know what? We're gonna play Persona 3 Fez instead. Because I just genuinely paid for an AI upscale mod. And like, I know people are gonna fucking harp on about me being like, oh, you know, you said the other game's graphics was awful, and like, look at this. But once again, this is a 2007 game, but also, if you look at this... In fact, I'll just put this on later. Basically, there's a UI HD mod that increases the entirety of the UI, entirety of the pictures and everything like that, and it looks the exact same. It looks the exact same as what I paid for, except it's free. It's free. It's free real estate. It's free real estate.
Delivers us all to the same end. You can't plug your ears and cover your eyes.
So much more interesting.
And so it begins.
Who's there?
So much more interesting. I'm so much more involved. So much, like, with actual, like, animated cutscenes instead of just, like, camera panning and shit like that. Do you know what I mean? So much.
Wait.
This situation is so much more tense, bro. Like, the music and everything. Bro, don't even at me. Funnily enough, yeah, the models here fit into the background way better than they did. Why did... I guess the background is actually like 3D modeled, and you know, it isn't just a 2D image splashed on your face. Okay, so it looks like I will be making a video on this. Not the video that I'd hoped, to be honest. This game has been in my backlog for quite a while, and I was hoping I would get to play it, but as it turns out, no. No. No, instead we're just back. We're just back to playing this 2007 game that is far superior.